Okay, I need to get up now.
Heya, and today I'm helping out at a film festival with a friend. The organizer was looking for a photographer and my friend kindly recommended me, so thank you very much. The only thing is, it's quite far away, as in like an hour's drive. So last night I had everything on charge, my portable chargers, I had spare batteries, because I'm going to be bringing all of my kit because I'm still not entirely sure what I need for the film and the photography things that I need to do. So I'm just bringing everything. And I'm currently filming on my phone because everything should be packed in that bag and I don't dare open it because if I unpack anything to film with here, I'm going to forget something and when I leave the house, I'm not coming back, so I need to make sure it's all there and ready to go. Well, everything except this portable charger here, which is taking 500,000 years to finish charging. But as soon as that's finished, I'm off.
We have a very special guest here today, Erwin, who is 96 today.
Thank you very much.
I feel that now is the right time to reveal my secret projects that I'm working on. Basically, both of them link to my schoolwork, but my teachers are great and they let me alter sometimes my coursework to do something that I want to do. So for example, I'm hoping to go into the film industry, and so for art, instead of doing like the bog standard canvas thing, I'm actually designing a trailer for a movie. It'll be a horror movie. It's not quite finished, I've still got to add in some annotations so that when I come to film the trailer, I'll know what I'm doing. I'm not doing the whole movie. I have a plot, like a general storyline, no details for the entire thing, just enough to make a trailer, and the trailer will last 2-3 minutes at a push. And that's all I can really say for now. I haven't started filming anything, I need to start doing that. Just really still designing. Okay, so basically you have two characters here, one of which is an original character design, the other is largely inspired off Smiley from Smiley. So it's mainly the face is the same, but yeah, basically my sketchbook explains everything. Character design is actually really fun to do, and I'm the only one really in my class doing it because of my specific route and interest. So now I'm going to dig out the prosthetics. I did post a photo to Instagram of the smile prosthetic. Almost done. I need to actually work a bit more on the nose. But that's on Instagram and I'll probably put it here now if you haven't seen it yet. Ooh, this could be something. Yep, or... Yep, liquid latex. And even latex when it's dried. Smells revolting. So when I'm down in the spare bedroom slash bathroom area making these things. Oh, it just smells so bad. Okay, this isn't actually a prosthetic, but I'll show you, well, it is a prosthetic, but not the one I was going to show you, but I'll show you it anyway. As part of my art course, you have to do artist copies, whereby you directly copy what an artist has already made. I follow various special effect artists, like just on Instagram, and I find them off the internet. And one artist which I quite like, and I can't actually pronounce his name, he did this, and I thought I'll give it a shot, and it turned out pretty well. Not quite like the original, but I was proud with it anyway. Oh wait, my room stinks of liquid latex. I hate myself right now. Why did I do this? And this is Smile. Ta-da! This is the prosthetic that I made. I basically had to make a bald cap. Everything you see here is basically handmade from liquid latex and a bunch of other cosmetics which I've mixed into it. So I had to make the bald cap, and then I had to basically, I don't have any casting, so I had to kind of just put cling film on my face and just put liquid latex on top of my face. It was not fun. I spent the entire afternoon on a floor blowing a hairdryer into my face. But hey, that is what you do for art. You make sacrifices. As you can see, there's a hole in the middle of the face where I didn't actually quite get enough latex on the nose part. So you got like the nostril area, which has been preserved quite well, but I haven't actually finished the bridge part. So I'm gonna have to put this back on and put more liquid latex on. So that should be fun. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at with my prosthetics at the moment. So that's the art project I'm working on at the moment, and I have another project that I'm doing for music. Basically, it's composition work, and because I like film, again, it was tailored to my preferences. I love my teachers so much. So I'm basically composing film music for a full orchestra. I just made it off GarageBand, and I was going to do 3 movements and release them as a separate track on this channel or as an album kind of thing. It isn't coursework, it's just like an activity and to get better at composing for when I have to do the real thing next year. And then, yeah, like I was saying, there's meant to be 3 movements. One called Birds, one called Dragons, and just like a general suite. It was going to be like nature documentary music, so that's why they're all named after animals. So birds, Komodo dragons, and just a general theme. Probably inspired by elephants. I think that was my thinking behind it. I can't remember. It turns out that I haven't got time to compose and score 3 original movements. My first movement, Birds, is 4 minutes currently, and I still have to score it, and the deadline is not going to be met if I've got to do 2 more movements. So Birds is going to have to be the only one for now. I might do the other movements just in my free time for fun / extra composition practicing. So I'm going to play a snippet now so you can see where I'm going with it, and I hope you enjoy. Since I take A-level music at my school, it's kind of compulsory for me to audition for house music. Now, I'm a firm believer that if you're going to do something, you do it properly. And I've always wanted to use a loop station to perform music with, because if you can pull it off, it looks really impressive. The only difficult thing is the timings, because with loop stations, you gotta be on it every single beat. Otherwise, if something's slightly out, it just goes awfully wrong, and you just might as well give up. The song I've decided to cover for my audition is Warriors by Imagine Dragons, but effectively I'm kind of covering a cover of the song. The original cover was done by a YouTuber called Slightly Musical. I think you pronounce it like that, I'm not sure. And like all of his work, it's really impressive and really quite difficult, so I had to actually sit down watching his cover and try and notate using my ear all the notes, which took hours, but I also had to slightly modify it so that it wasn't as difficult, and I don't have quite all of the equipment. Like, I don't have the the electric effect I know he uses, but that's just more money, and I'm trying to keep it simple because I'm nowhere near that stage. So I had to modify it so it was one slightly easier to play, and of course doable. To be able to do my entry, my song needed the following things: an extension cable, a keyboard, a loop station, various jack leads, an electric violin, and the 9-volt power adapter, which I ordered and has just arrived. My school very kindly let me borrow an electric violin and the loop station because my department had them, which is quite fortunate. So I was able to take it home over half term and just, well, today's actually the first day I've had time to practice it. I couldn't do anything until the adapter arrived to power the loop station. So in just today, I've managed to piece all the segments together and just basically try and practice the timings, which again is quite key in the loop station cover. So yeah, I've spent the majority of today setting everything up, which has been long and difficult, but we got there in the end. But today was not without its problems. Firstly, my keyboard is about 2,000 years old, and so has become slightly out of tune just because of age. So I first tuned the electric violin to the keyboard so that even though they were both out of tune, they sounded okay together. That was the idea, it was meant to work. It didn't work. So I then ended up tuning my violin back to concert pitch, and somehow it sounds okay when put with the piano part, which is slightly sharp. But magic, I don't know. Once everything was actually functioning and communicating with each other, which was actually the hardest part, was setting it all up, then I just practiced for hours, just getting the timings right and bringing things in, because I record parts on the keyboard and then I use my foot to control these things and bring them in, bring them out when the verse comes in or the chorus comes in or whatever it is. So yeah, a lot of my day was spent doing that. And I'm now going to show you a clip which I recorded live to show my progress so far. As you can tell, it is by no means perfect. There are a few odd notes that aren't meant to be there, might be slightly flat, might be slightly sharp. And the run up, that difficult bit, I haven't quite sorted it. But considering that has all come together within a day, or within an afternoon even, is probably the better way of phrasing it. I am extremely impressed with what I've managed to actually get done. And the auditions are in, I think, 4 days time, so that gives me time to actually practice. And well, that's what practice is about. You get things wrong, you try again, you get them right. And hopefully by the time my audition comes, I'll have nailed everything and it will sound amazing. But even if I do perform like just now on the actual day, I'm actually happy with that, because just performing in general I really struggle with. So if I can just pull that off, I'm happy.